Hi Capricorn, welcome to your week ahead tarot scope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, my readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant signs. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign, Cappy, this is for you. And I always advise that you watch all three to get a clearer, more complete picture of how they're going to speak to you. With that said, remember they are general readings. Not everything's going to resonate with everybody, and that is just fine. You should always use your own discernment. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my deck of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise, and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So for your key to the week this week, you have the Tree of Life card. This is like one of my favorites in all of the decks that I have. It's like one of my absolute favorite cards. And so this card represents divine intervention and assistance. And what that means is the universe got your back, right? Now, the good thing about that is the universe got your back. And the sometimes challenging thing about that is the universe has got your back. It's like almost like, you know, when you're on a certain path and the universe is like, no. And you're like, oh, okay, well, I'll just, you know, try a different route to get to that same place. And the universe is like, I said no. It's like, it's hot on the bottom. I don't know if you've seen that, but it's very funny. This could be one of those weeks, right? If there's something that you've been working on towards, or there's a connection that you've had that is gone a little bit awry or whatever, this may be a week for you to consider that actually divine intervention sometimes means that's not your path and I'm keeping it from you for a reason. I've got something better for you. Take the hint. All right. Now, in terms of everything else, if there are challenges or issues that you've had, this week could actually be a week of deliverance for you. And I love this because it's like in all senses, the universe has got your back, right? Life doesn't always give us everything that we want. You're a Capricorn, so you know this, right? And most of the time you out here making it happen for yourself anyway. But this week, it's like the universe really is looking out for you. And maybe that means that something that you thought you wanted or you thought was for you actually turns out not to be. And then you discover a reason for it. And the reason is so much better than you imagined. For your actions and options this week, you've got the Page of Cups. Love it. Okay, so what you want at your heart and heart, or at the heart, in your heart of hearts, there, this week is being revealed to be not only possible, but probable. All right. Now, in terms of love, relationships, partnerships, this is a beautiful week because what's actually being highlighted to you is where the power of your heart space is actually fulfilling your dreams. Now, that's a really long-winded way of saying you are on the right path and the things that you need to push you in that direction are showing up for you. However, you need to stop ignoring your intuition. And I say that because this is a very psychic card. It's a very intuitive energy. And because it's in your actions and options, the universe is saying, don't just keep following what you want in terms of your desire. Listen to the intuitive messages, hints, tips, tricks, etc. that I'm giving you as well. All right. So there are signs this week, but you got to be open to paying attention to them. For your communications and conversations, you've got the Six of Cups. This is a revisit to the past in some way, shape or form. This is you connecting to an old friend, an old colleague, maybe interacting with an old lover for some of you, not all of you. Very possible. Because you've got it with the Tree of Life card, this is either something that you have wanted for a long time or something that you have started to work towards. It really feels for me like you've done the Capricornian thing and said, right, let's say I want that promotion, and you said to yourself, right, giving myself a year for that. And then this week your boss comes to you and says, yeah, you know, we're really starting to think about promoting people and we really would like it to be you, and we're working on like a 3 to 6 month timeline. And you're like, okay, fast track. I mean, hello, take the win, right? For in terms of the communication that you're having, don't be surprised if you're going over old ideas, old projects. This week, I'm going to say this to you, and it might be really hard for you Cappies. You know, I love Capricorns, I really do. But the challenge that you might have this week is You will want to say I told you so on so many things, all right? And it's important that you don't. This is one of those times where you got to be gracious with your wins, okay? Now, for those of you that are studying or in some form of academia, this could actually be where you're either reconfiguring the course that you're on, or you are starting to see where maybe you're already surpassing some of your teachers, or you're ready to strike out on your own. If you are employed by somebody else, this could, like I said, this could be a fast track conversation this week where, like, you know, they already say to you, yeah, we're thinking about this amount of time. And in your mind, you're like, well, you know, I'm a Capricorn, I do everything over time, so I'd set myself a year. And they're like, no, it's going to be way before then. For those of you that are business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, people that work for themselves, I love this for second chance energy. A reconnection with somebody that maybe a client that you missed out on because you were unavailable, maybe a course or a mastermind or whatever it is, maybe something that you didn't get to do because at the time it wasn't viable. And the universe is like, yeah, we're circling you back to that one. And at the time you were probably like, why isn't this happening? And this time around, you've got more time, you've got more money, you've got more access. This could be wonderful, all right? For those of you that are retired and no longer working, I like this for potentially mending rifts with family members, or even addressing conversations around, with, or over spirituality that may have in the past caused a problem, but this time round it's like you're able to say, okay, you know what, we're maybe never going to agree, but that doesn't have to rip us apart. For your love and relations, you have the Five of Swords. So a little bit of argy-bargy, as we call it here in the UK, but you've got this with the Tree of Life. If you are open to, especially for those of you that have siblings, those of you that have, if you're open to having some potentially quite hard and emotional conversations, you could make some real headway with burying a hatchet with a sibling, a cousin, somebody that you're really close to. Now, when it comes to partners and relationships, especially because you've got the Page of Cups here, this is about you speaking something on your heart. So you and a significant other could be having a heart-to-heart that really clears the air, that really sets like a new foundation for the relationship. And that could actually be very healing, and it could be very advancing on a self level, on a collective level. When it comes to those of you that are single, I wouldn't be surprised if you're having a lot of chat with somebody that you dated previously, or maybe, you know, and it doesn't have to be that you're reconnecting with them, but maybe through a conversation that you're having with someone that you dated once upon a time, you have this realization of, okay, you know what, I know how to proceed within my relationships and now what I'm actually looking for. So there's like a new filtering system that's coming in for you this week when it comes to your relationships, which is very nice. For your money and materials, you have the Magician card because you are what? A badass. Look at this, right? I'm talking promotions, I'm talking services, I'm talking finances and money taking a big boost this week, especially because you're connecting with a big client, especially because you are interacting with circles that are very lucrative. Maybe you're getting a peek at what your next level looks like and you're like, I like that some serious amount, okay? Love it, really, really love that. Especially because it complements that Tree of Life card really nicely, because it's like whatever you're working on manifesting, it's amplified this week. So use that. Now, remember, Mars is now direct. On the 18th of this week, we've got Mercury going direct. On the 21st, we've got the Aquarius new moon. And then on the 22nd of January, all planets are direct. That is it, right? This is where the start of that wave of forward momentum and energy starts this week. When it comes to your physical health and vitality, the thing is with this week, there could be a lot of mental stuff going on that you're putting on yourself. Try not to be hard on yourself. I know you naturally are as Capricorns, but this week I want you to find the ease, all right? And then when it comes to your home and environment, this could be where you are like sprucing the home up. It could be where you're like, and it's really, really, really weird. Not that money's a problem or an issue, but it's like you could take like, I don't know, 100 quid and make it look like you've had like a complete redecoration, and everyone's like, oh my gosh, like it looks amazing in here, and you're like, yeah, I know, I spent 100 quid. Do you know what I mean? It's like, for what you have, you could literally work miracles this week. So hey, listen, don't knock it, right? With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week. Take care, and I'll see you soon.